The Wood at Midwinter by Susanna Clarke, read by Clejan. It was winter, just a few days before Christmas. A few flakes of snow fell on the quiet fields. Along the lane that led to the wood came a carriage, driven by a young woman. Her name was Isolde Scott, and her sister, Meredith, sat at her side. It was a two-wheel chaise, rather old-fashioned and very much in need of a new coat of paint. In the back, two dogs and a russet-colored pig were looking out at the passing scene with every evidence of enjoyment. The pig, whose name was Apple, was the subject of conversation. Meredith was picking. People would say later, people who remembered her, that her voice sounded young for her age, which was 19. It was a sweet, clear, childish voice, at odds with her long, pale, medieval face and plain way of dressing. "Do you know what Papa said to me? He said, 'Oh, I know why you called it apple, because of applesauce.' I didn't understand him at first." "He didn't," said Isolde. "Oh, how dreadful! Oh, Apple!" She half turned towards the pig in the back of the carriage. "I'm so sorry. Don't listen." "She's heard it before," said Meredith in a resigned sort of way. "She's only too used to it." It must be said that, indignant as the sisters were on her behalf, Apple herself did not seem in the least distressed. Meredith and Isolde's parents did not love Meredith's animal, not the two dogs presently in the carriage, nor the other 6 at home, nor the pig, nor the impossible to pin down number of cats, nor the ferret, nor the parrot, nor the spiders that gathered in Meredith's bedroom and which Meredith refused to let anyone disturb. "Poor Papa," said Isolde. "He was trying, you see, he was doing his best to understand and be friends with you. Saints are difficult people to live with." "Saints," said Meredith, rather alarmed at this. "I never thought of Papa as a saint before." I meant you," said Isolde. "Me?" "You have visions. You can't see any difference between animals and people. You can't see any difference between spiders and people, and you're really only happy when you're in church or in a wood." "A church is a sort of wood," said Meredith musingly. "A wood is a sort of church. They are the same thing, really." "There," said Isolde. "You see, you say saintly things about that, and no one has any idea what you're talking about." The two horses, who knew this journey well, stopped at the wood gate without any prompting from Isolde. "We're here," said Isolde. "Now, do put on your bonnet and your hat will get cold." Meredith's parents and friends believed that no young lady ought to walk alone in the woods. A woman alone was in danger from all sorts of predatory creatures, bears, wolves, men. Yet walking in the woods was the only thing that interested Meredith. So Isolde invented visits for them to make, and then she drove Meredith to the wood gate and went on the visit by herself. In a large family, Isolde and Meredith were each other's favorite sister.